Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rechak Wadash, double honors to the elect apostle, Bishop Elders at Great Millstone, and well. Shalom to elect Ak out there whose work in sincerity and truth, and not for vainglory, in season out of season. Shalom to the elect men, women, sons, and daughters of the elect of Israel, which are the men, women, sons, and daughters elect of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered through the four corners of the earth. It says ICE arrests record number of immigrants in single day. So, Esau, the so-called white man, Esau is his biblical name, and it's mostly our people. You may have some Hamites, so-called Africans caught up in there. But it's mostly, it's mostly the Israelites, okay, which are your so-called Negroes, West Indian Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Seminole Indians, okay. It's mostly our people, okay. So this is Esau showing his horns, This is Esau showing his horns. This is just, this is just the beginning of it, This is just the beginning of it, because they're actually breaking up families. A husband will have a wife. The wife will be a so-called immigrant from whatever Latin country or Haiti or Jamaica or whatever, right? And they'll separate the family, They'll separate fathers from their sons and daughters. They'll separate, mothers from daughters, sons and daughters, And hey, this is just Esau showing his horns, and it's only going to get worse, all right? It's only going to get worse, So-called Negroes, so-called black people think they're good, they're safe, they're laughing at, the Latinos and Hispanics, and West Indians and Haitians and so forth. But it's going to get worse for all the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? No, you're not going to be good. All right? A famine is coming. How you going to survive that? The lack of food. They're going to turn off the water. How you going to survive that? A lack of water. I'm talking about to you FBAs, man. You foundational black Americans. Because that's madness in itself. You're from the tribe of Yahweh, Judah in the English, Yahweh in the Hebrew. Okay? All right? Great wrath is going to come on all the 12 tribes of Israel. Let's go to it. All right? Let's go to it. All right? Let's go to Revelations 12 and 12. Okay? Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. So that's everybody, man. Okay? And of the sea. For the devil, which means false accuser, which is a so-called white man, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So the so-called white man is showing his horns, man. He's showing his horns. Okay? He's coming down, and this is just a small part of his great wrath. Like I said, it's going to be a famine. All these diseases are going to be pushed out here to murder a majority of the population. You got the Georgia Guidestones. They want to bring humanity down to 500 million. Because it's about, 6.5 billion people, or 7 billion people on the earth. Okay? So, he's just starting to show his horns, And And then they're saying they even put them in, they even putting the Latinos and no, not the Native Americans, the Latinos in Guantanamo Bay. You know, first it was high risk gang members like the Venezuelans, as they say, which they're all gang members of. You know, you got the MS-13, but then they saying they putting low risk people there too, and they're detaining them, man. But even before they send them back to whatever Latin country or Haiti or Jamaica, you know. See, this is the so-called white man showing his horns. But that great wrath is going to be the concentration camps, the famine, the plagues, which are these diseases that the so-called white man is going to release. Okay? Putting people in concentration camps, coming against the men of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and the women, and the sons, and the daughters. Okay? All right? You know? So he's showing his horns. Okay? Because he knoweth, the so-called white man, that he hath but a short time. So they got to hurry up and move quickly, man, and bring out the what? The RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast mentioned in the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse. They have to hurry up and implement their new world order, implement their plans, man, you know, to chip everybody on the planet Earth. All right? With that RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. That's their main goal. Okay? All right? So, you know, he's showing his horns. This is what the so-called white man is all about. Okay? For you simple-minded blacks, Negroes, West Indian Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right? All right? Shalom.